Okay, this is a video about what nature can teach you about your personal patterns of productivity. So I'm going to get into that. I was thinking today about nature and how there's different patterns in nature. There's seasons, there's patterns, there's changes, and I feel like every different thing about nature has its own unique kind of pattern or unique season. And then that kind of got me thinking about how each of us have our own unique style of productivity or our own unique seasons or patterns of productivity. For me personally, when I think of myself, I feel like I'm kind of like the waves when it comes to productivity. I feel like my productivity comes and goes and it's kind of random. Sometimes I'll have a big wave of creativity hit me and I'll just be going, and other times it'll be flat and I can't really force anything. And I've noticed that my best work comes when I am working with my productive pattern, which is working with the waves of inspiration as they come. And so waves are just one example of ways that we can relate ourselves to nature when it comes to patterns. Some other patterns that I was thinking of is the rise of the sun and the set of the sun. It's very consistent, always the same. You know, the sun rises and the sun sets, and that's something you can always count on. And I feel like society is kind of that way. It's very sunrise, sunset, and that's what everyone needs to fit into. And a lot of people do fit with that, and that's wonderful. People who maybe need a very consistent structure, the sunrise and the sunset is perfect. I love that runner. So yeah, very straightforward, very consistent schedule type of productivity. Many people do great with this. Another style is maybe relating to the seasons of the moon, going with a cycle in a month, kind of like the moon, how the moon is a full moon and then it goes down, gets smaller till you can't see it anymore, and then the light shines and shines and shines again, and it's bright again. Many people may have differing moods, energy, creativity through a month cycle. Other cycles include maybe a seasonal year-long cycle. Some of us do really well in the changing seasons at different seasons. Some are better than others. For example, someone who lives in a place where there's a lot of seasons, like Minnesota. Springtime could be a time of growth, of new beginnings, and summer is a time of vibrancy and life. Fall is probably a time of change, a time to kind of start to step back, and winter is usually a time of hibernation, like bears. Yeah, I don't know. So I was just thinking about that today, and I feel like for me, when I think about nature and I think about what types of things in nature that I really relate to, it helps me to understand myself better and understand why sometimes I have a lot of inspiration and a lot of productivity and a lot of creativity, and other times I don't. And I really have just learned how I work best when I work with myself and when I work with what I can do best. So yeah, I've been trying to apply that a little bit. For example, in my blog, Abundance with Amelia. In my blog, when I first started, I didn't know if I wanted to do something like a consistent schedule where I would make myself write one post a week or one post a month. I wasn't really sure. I just had a goal of at least getting like 5 posts done and then I'd reward myself. Right now I'm at 9 posts with my 10th coming out soon. But what I've just kind of learned along the way is I really work best when I just write when I feel inspired to. And I've been really surprised because I've been really inspired, and it's been really fun to just have all these ideas, and as the wave of creativity comes, the wave of ideas and inspiration, to just write it and write everything out and get it done, and then I can, feel good and just float and relax when things get calm again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little analogy, and I hope you guys can think a little bit about nature and about how it might apply to you. Thanks, guys.